in the Ashanti region, and police in Kumasi have arrested an official of superbets sports betting for failing to pay patrons over 50,000 Ghana cedis in wins. About 30 angry winners who were agitating at the company's premises threatened to set it ablaze. Ohiminteria reports from Kumasi.
The patrons had taken advantage and recorded wins from high odds advertised by the betting company in two separate matches in the Israeli and Austrian Premier Leagues, respectively, on Monday. Winning claims by individuals range between 700 Ghana cedis and 30,000 Ghana cedis. They were, however, angered by the company's decision to modify the advertised odds a day after results were announced. The Bettors reported the matter to the Asafo police, who arrested and detained one official. The police action notwithstanding, the irate winners besieged superbets office at Asafo and threatened to set it ablaze. Management insists it cannot pay the claims because it had published wrong odds. A notice posted at the company's Asafo branch reads, "Please note that yesterday afternoon there were incorrect odds published on certain leagues. We will be resettling all the tickets with correct odds, and then the tickets can be paid out." The notice is contrary to the betting rules also published on a giant screen in the company's premises, which says errors cannot be corrected once an event has started. The bettors will not have any of that.
We came and bet yesterday and we won, but what we know is that we have won. But the manager is telling us that because of some errors he cannot pay. But as long as we are concerned, we don't know any errors. We didn't want to take the law into our own hands. So first we went to the police station and make a case. So they invited the manager, but we just want to protest for them to know that we are serious, we are not joking. Because you can't tell me, for instance, that you made a mistake, so it's my fault. Me, it's the odds that I saw, that's why I bet.
Meanwhile, managers have declined to comment, as the branch manager suggests he will only react after settling the matter with the police. Police sources say they are consulting the Gaming Commission as part of investigations.
So that's the situation in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. But let's now head to the region and speak to our correspondent, Ohiminteria, who brought us this very story. Ohimi, good morning, many thanks for joining us. I'm quite interested in this story because there are quite a number of people who invested in this hoping to make some money out of it. They have made the money, but apparently the company is unable to pay. Yesterday, we do know they were threatening to burn down the structures or so. What is the situation there this morning as we speak?
Yes, the threat is in line with the ultimatum that they give. They give management of superbets 48 hours to pay them, and the ultimatum expires today. So this morning, the bettors have been marching up at the superbets office at Asafo, and then the one at Oforukrom, Afon Kwanta, yes. The twist to it is that this time around they are in red bands and red cloth, just to signify that indeed they are bent or they want to carry through their threat. And beyond the threat, they also preventing staff of superbets to work at the Asafo branch. And a few minutes ago, they were asked. They had a call from the Asokwa District Police Command that all the bettors should head to the Asokwa Police Station. So as we speak now, they have all started moving to the Asokwa Police Station, where they'll be expecting to meet the officials of the District Command. Let me also say that one of the officials who was picked 3 days ago, Mr. Joseph Ato, has been granted police provincial bail. And after yesterday, the police increased their surveillance with the fact that they believe the bettors could go ahead with their threat and also set the police ablaze. But unfortunately, this morning, police have retreated. They've gone back to their respective offices, and that is why the bettors have had the opportunity to mass up at the superbet office.
So do we know whether or not staff of this company are still in there as we speak? Did they even show up for work at all?
Yes, they did show up, and that is why the bettors were able to enter, because the staff have not shown up, there's no way the offices would have been open. So they opened the offices all right, but the bettors who are bent on collecting their money entered and protested that they will not allow them to work because they believe that they are being cheated. And until they pay them, there's no way they will allow them. But let me also say that a source close to superbets management, the Ghanaian managers who are managing the place, tells me they've sent information to their headquarters in South Africa, hoping that they will respond. But they told me, yes, they will pay the bettors, but unfortunately, that will have to take some time because the money involved are so huge that if they want to pay them, outrightly, that will even can even collapse the company.
Right. Many thanks for that update. That's Ohimini Teria joining us from the Ashanti region with the situation there, where we are told that superbets company, well, they've actually incurred the wrath of quite a number of persons there. The youth there, particularly, who chose to bet against the odds and make some money. Yes, they did win, but the company says it's not in a position to pay those monies, and it's gotten a bit weird subsequently. And some of these men yesterday masked up at the facility, I'm speaking of the premises of superbets, and they even threatened to burn down the structures if their monies are not paid. Well, we do know that the police has intervened in this very issue, but the situation, the update you're getting this morning suggests that these people are back at that same point. I'm speaking of the superbets company. The youth have masked up again at the place this morning. We don't know how far with security, but Ohimini Teria is following up on this issue. We'll be touching base with him again, and then we'll bring you an update on this. Also, we have been trying to get in touch with the National Lottery Authority because we do know that they are the regulatory body as far as some of these things are concerned, and how it is that obviously you are running the company. You do say I can place a bet, and then when I win the bet I can get X amount of money or Y amount of money. I have done my part. I have fulfilled my bargain. How come that company is unable to render its end of the contract? We'll see how that one goes. We'll be working the lines to see whether we can get them on and bring you a lot more discussions on that as well. But we have to take a break here on News Desk. But do stay on, because also ahead we do know that workers, Industrial Commercial Union workers, have massed up at the Labour Ministry this morning, demonstrating for the removal of the Chief Executive Officer of Kokobo, Dr. Steve Opuni. We'll be bringing you updates of that story also after this break. Stay with us.